Let me now bring in Markie McGuire, former U.S. Executive Director of the World Bank, and Dan Arbell, former Deputy Chief of Mission at the Israeli Embassy in Washington, D.C. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you. Matthew, let me just start with you. And, the fact that President Trump gave this ultimatum saying either you're going to reopen the strait or we're going to bomb your power plants and obliterate them by tonight. The fact that he's backing down on that right now, how significant is this?
Looking in the details, but it's very significant because obviously the strait being closed has been a huge problem for countries all over the world. We don't always fully appreciate it, but you think about a place like Pakistan, they get almost all of their natural gas from Qatar. And so you're really looking at humanitarian crises in a lot of places. So I think it's really important that he's taken this step back and hopefully we can get some resolution here because the sooner this winds down and comes to an end, the better for people all over the region and throughout the country.
Yeah. Dan, what's your read on this latest development?
Absolutely dramatic, and I think that this signals perhaps a beginning of a path to end this war, because if the U.S. ends it, then Israel will have to play along with that. Certainly Israel's timeline was different than the U.S.'s. Israel is hoping to have this war go on for a while so it could eliminate additional capabilities of Iran and leadership in Iran. But at this point, the fact that this 48-hour ultimatum has been extended to within 5 days and gives time for negotiations to continue and hopefully bring to an end to this, because it's been already in its 4th week. Yeah. It's bringing a lot of pain and to the energy markets, peoples in the region. So I think it's good news, and it's yet a lot has to be accomplished before the 5 days are over.
Yeah, there's a lot yet to unfold here. Matthew, just, based on the verbiage here of this tweet that I'm reading, the United States of America, the country of Iran, have had over the last 2 days very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. Do you think that actually took place this weekend, or did advisors get with President Trump and, in regards to the global oil crisis that we're watching happen, say, if you do this and they really do keep those power plants or the strait shut until they rebuild those power plants, this is going to be terrible. What do you think actually transpired this weekend?
I think that both sides probably took a step back and realized what kind of damage would ensue if they kept going down the path. So obviously, Iran's a country of 90 million people. Its leaders do not want to have blackouts across the country. You could have a refugee crisis. They know how terrible this would be for their people. And then the U.S. understands how much our allies would get hit if, let's say, Iran started blowing up desalination plants. That would really be horrific for partners in the UAE and Saudi and so on. And so I think it's great that diplomacy seems to be back in part of the discussion. I'm curious to know who helped broker this. I'm wondering if Turkey has been doing a back channel back and forth. But I think the fact we have a 5-day holding period is really important, that the diplomats and the back channel discussions can really move forward.
Yeah, and Dan, we also saw new rounds of kinetic fighting, over the weekend. We have the war of words, obviously, but the fighting we saw over the weekend, you had Iranian missiles that struck near an Israeli nuclear facility on Saturday. Nearly 200 people were injured there. What does that tell you about Iran's remaining capabilities, especially at a time when the White House and the Pentagon keep touting, we've destroyed their Navy, we've destroyed their Air Force? What more do they have left up their sleeve?
So certainly their capabilities have been diminished, their missile capabilities, and that's the U.S. and Israel have announced that. But still, they have hundreds of missiles left that could actually hit targets within Israel. They're also Israel's facing an issue with the interceptors, at least reportedly is, and their missile defense is struggling to meet the challenge. And so definitely all those combined are leading to what we're seeing in recent days of targets being hit pretty badly inside Israel.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.